in Wonderland. Get back on my feet again.
Hello you guys! So today I filmed my very first Halloween tutorial and it was so much fun to film, and this is my creation on Alice in the Wonderland look. So I am showing you how to get the makeup, hair and the outfit. So for the outfit I actually made a fun little DIY on this apron that I'm wearing, and then also the rest of the clothes are just from my closet. So this is really affordable look. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this whole Alice in the Wonderland kind of look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so we are starting up with the makeup, so you want to start up with a fresh face and then take a kind of light foundation that still matches your face and then just put it all over your face to get that fresh and glowy and flawless look that Alice always has. And next I'm taking this light concealer and putting it underneath my eyes to hide my dark under eye circles. And then I'm taking concealer that matches my skin from the same palette and putting it to any other imperfections. And next I'm just setting everything in with a light powder. And then I'm taking this pink rosy cream blush and putting it to my cheeks to get those glowy and rosy cheeks that Alice always has. And then you just want to prime your lids to make sure that the eyeshadow stays on all night while you are doing your trick or treats. And then I'm taking this white eyeliner and putting it all over my lid and also to the inner corners of my eyes to make sure that the blue eyeshadow that we are soon gonna be adding looks as vibrant as possible. And next I'm taking this Tiffany blue eyeshadow from my Lumen eyeshadow palette and putting it all over where we just added that white eyeliner. And next I'm taking my gorgeous Viva La Diva eyeshadow palette and taking this kind of dark turquoise color from there and putting it to my crease to work as a definition and also to give my eyes different shades of blue, because blue just reminds me of Alice so much. And next I'm taking this kind of dark gray color and putting it to the outer corners of my eyes to give me even more definition. You can also use black, but I'm just using this gray color. And then I'm just going to blend everything in, but not too well, so that we can still see the different shades of blue that we have in our eyes. And then I just took black eyeshadow from the Viva La Diva eyeshadow palette and added it to my upper lash line. And I took the darker turquoise color and added it to my lower lash line this time. And then I just took the white eyeliner again and added it to my waterline to make my eyes look big and wandering like Alice's are. And now it's time for mascara, so you just want to curl your lashes and then add a couple coats of mascara to your upper and lower lashes. And now it's finally time for our lips, so I'm just taking this pinkish red lipstick and putting it to my lips like so. And then I'm just finishing off the look with this peachy lip gloss. So this is the finished makeup look, and I know Alice's makeup is not as dramatic as this, but this is just an inspired look, and also it is Halloween, so I didn't want to go for a natural look like Alice's is. But now let's move on to the hair. So first you want to take a heat protection spray and spray it all over your hair because we are going to be using some heat today. And then I'm taking this big curling iron, I don't know what's its size, but it is big, and I'm just curling my bangs and then pinning them in place like so. So here you can see what I'm doing. And then for the rest of my hair I'm just curling them to the halfway up and then just releasing them and spraying some hairspray to them and putting them to the back of my head. So that's what I'm doing to all the rest of my hair. So yeah, you just want to keep curling your hair to the halfway and then add some hairspray as you go, and that's how you get those loose curls just to the ends of your hair like Alice has. And now that that you have finally curled all your hair, you just can go ahead and add some hairspray to the ends of your hair to make sure that the curls that you made with a lot of effort don't fall. And then you just can go ahead and release your bangs and tease them a little and add some hairspray to get that poof that Alice has in her hair. And then you can go ahead and smooth your hair a little bit so that we don't look like a monster instead of a little girl. And then I'm finishing off the hair look by taking a black headband that I actually made from an old t-shirt of mine. And then here I am just pretending that I'm falling like Alice did. But yeah, this is the finished makeup and hair look. And now let's move on to the fun DIY apron that Alice has. So this is what my finished apron looks like, but now I am showing you how to do it yourself. So you will need a white tricot fabric or a old t-shirt like I am using, some fabric glue, scissors, marker and a ruler. So first you just want to put your ruler about to the halfway of your shirt and mark it to you to know where you want to cut it, and then you just want to go ahead and use your scissors and cut it right there. And then you just want to cut a little bit to the sides of your shirt. I don't really know what's the word for that, but you can kind of see what I'm doing right here. And then I'm putting glue to the one of these sides and then kind of flipping it like so. And that's how you hem your shirt without sewing. And then I'm just flipping the whole shirt and then doing the same thing to the other side. And now I'm starting to cut the other side of the shirt. So I'm just marking a little square like that from it and then cutting right there where I marked it. And this part is gonna be our upper side of our apron. So this is what this square looks like. So I'm starting to hem the upper part of it, and it has 2 layers. So I'm of course gluing the both layers, and then I'm doing the same thing to the sides, and again it has 2 layers, so I am hemming the both layers like so. And I ran out of white fabric, so I just took another shirt and cut the sleeves off. And then I just marked one of the sleeves and cut it, and this is gonna be one of the 4 strands that are holding the apron, by the way.
Yeah.
And then I just placed it on top of the other sleeve and marked it and cut it to get symmetrical strands.
Where am I now? Upside.
And then I just added some glue to one of the strands and hemmed it like so. And then I added glue on top of that again and hemmed the other side. And then I just went ahead and did the same thing to the other sleeve, so just added some glue and then hemmed it. And now I'm doing the 2 other strands, and these are gonna be a little bit thicker and shorter because they are the strands that are going around my head. So I'm just putting this piece into half and then pressing it because I was too lazy to mark it with a pencil, and then I'm just cutting it into half. And then I'm just putting glue to the middle and flipping it like so, and then putting glue again in there and then hemming the other side. And then I'm just doing the exact same thing to the other piece of fabric so that we get the 4th strand. So now that we have all the pieces we need for this apron, we can start attaching the pieces together. So first I'm just attaching the 2 biggest pieces together like so. And this is the base of the apron, and you can also go ahead and hem the bottom of the apron, but I didn't do that because I was running out of the glue. And then I'm just starting to glue the strands on place, and you want to make sure that the good side of them is facing the floor because this is upside down, and if that made any sense for you, you are the best. And now finally the last step is just to iron the places you added glue to make it hold better. And now it's the outfit time.
Never mind, things are good again. Took the time in my life to figure it out, and I can't let real life bring me down, down, down. 'Cause I could run across the world, and everywhere I go, I'll see
we are all finished, so now you have the makeup, hair and outfit inspired by Alice in Wonderland, and I am actually really happy about how this whole look turned out, and I hope you guys also liked it. And thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!